jumped out in front of his truck and the airbags deployed. Had I been with him, the airbags would have gotten me. But his brother-in-law was luckily close enough to get him. And then way we're traveling this morning to he was trying to get to his mother to see her before she goes in for open heart surgery because they're not sure she's going to make it through. My prayer team this morning rallied and prayed, and he got to his mother before she went in. So I just want to say a big thank you to this team because this is one of the reasons that drew me to Partner Co. Is this the prayer team and the people behind the scenes, everybody working because the tech people, Katie, Kathy, Paula, Coach Pam, everybody that's behind the scenes, they do a remarkable job. So I just wanted to thank you. And I have a question for you guys. I was just telling the group, my husband left yesterday, and I got this brainy idea. I've never done it before Thanksgiving in my life, but I decorated for Christmas. So, anybody else started decorating for Christmas? I did my whole house yesterday. So, put it one in the chat if yes, two in the chat if I'm crazy. You're not doing it till Thanksgiving. But it just made me happy. So I'm ready for some Christmas movies and some baking and especially some baking from Danielle's great recipes that are amazing. The pumpkin bread, and I can't wait to see the holiday guide. So that's fun. So nobody's putting in anything to show. There's only one. So I'm like, I must be the only one that decorated for Christmas. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we want to talk this morning about income producing activities. So first of all, I want to do some announcements. Okay. Destin. Who is going to Destin? Who's registered? I registered yesterday. Yes, the Eric did. Yeah, Coach Pam. I'm so excited about Destin.
Let me turn this down.
Florida is, Jolene, can you mute? There you go. Florida is my jam. Beach is my jam. So I'm going to probably go out a little bit earlier and enjoy the week or stay a little bit longer. But when I heard Destin, I was like, I'm there. So I'm excited to see this event. PXP blew me away. And so I know Katie's popped the link in there in the link if you haven't registered. It's $89 before December. I want to say like the 13th. I may be wrong. Before December, you can register early. So get that on your calendar, get that on your books, and come to Destin with us. We're excited. I heard last year was phenomenal. And I think events, after being in this business for 8 years, events is where your business is made. You get around the people that inspire you, you get around people and you come together and talk about different aspects of your business and you get ideas from everybody. So I love events. So if you can get to Destin. Let's see. Last night, if you were not on the Millionaire Mentorship Club, put a one in in the chat if you were. I think Cheryl Brown had us all crying at the end. It was phenomenal. She reached senior officer, and how she reached that was insane. It was like, it was just her putting her head down and saying, I'm going to do this. And it blew all of us away. It was incredible. Annika then came on and shared some things with us about social media and her experience in Japan, or I think she was in, I'm not sure where she, one of them, and how that just going into Partner Co's office and seeing the noni tree in the middle and how noni juice works and everything, I was blown away. So if you do not or are not yet on that Millionaire Mentorship Club and you are at Ultimate and you get two brand partners coming in at 200 PV, which is really, really not that hard, especially if you do the packs, then you can join us on Wednesday nights and they all are recorded. So I see Miss Danielle on. The Drop Revolution is amazing. I can just say I'm seeing the numbers and the people increase. I love for you to remind your clients to, when they're having good results, to pop those in there. And you can do it anonymously if they're not comfortable sharing their name. It might be a great spot for them to start feeling like they kind of launched. You know what I'm saying? They may not be comfortable yet on social media, But if they launch in that group and then everybody rallies around them about their results, they may feel more comfortable to do it outside of that. So, Danielle, do you have any updates for us? I know I'm gonna put you on the spot, girly. Do you have any updates for us? She's muted. Can someone unmute her? Oh,
Okay, can you hear
okay,
me?
there we go.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's hiding on me this morning, my mute button. Yeah, I'm excited. What updates? I mean, I love what you just said, Allison, like encouraging everyone, whether it's a scale or non-scale victory, and especially if they haven't posted yet too, because if they don't want to share their photo, just go in and say a few words. If they can share their photo, whether it is a scale victory, or I keep saying these non-scale victories to me are way more. And I tell everybody you have to feel good on the inside before you start feeling it on the outside. So I love that, encouraging people. If they want to do post anonymously, that's fine too. They can do that. Or you can post for them
Mm.
and just say, I love to share my friend. And if they don't want their name in there yet, it's okay. Just to get more testimonials in there. And I definitely seeing a lot more action. A lot of people are piling in there, which is exciting. And we have several thousand since we started this come in and tagging them. And I see a lot more of that happening in posts, whether it's a recipe or whether it's a video explaining the drops. Or the welcome post and just anything in the getting all the different, searching for if someone has specific, problem that they're,
Yeah.
whatever it could be, and then tagging them in that and saying, "Hey, I just thought of you. I know you were talking about that." So all of those things, I keep little notes now on people's conversations, and then all of those things let someone know that you care about them
Mhm.
because sharing is caring. And one thing I do too is I'll tag someone, but then I'll go back and I'll share the link to the post. And because sometimes people don't receive tags. I know I get tagged a lot and then I don't get a notification for whatever reason. So share the link to the post and just go back into the messenger and then you can say, hey, I just thought of you. I did tag you in this. I just wanted to send it here too, because I know sometimes you don't get notifications. So, and just share it. And that way, for sure. And they're also going to be like, oh, wow, she thought of me today. That was nice of you. And it gives you another way too, to say, how's it going? Where are you at? What's going on? That type of thing and get into their inbox. So that's another great thing. I started sharing teaser recipe videos, or not videos, but in my stories and on my page. And I'll give part of the recipe, or I'll just do like a little teaser thing. You can have chat help you with this. He's really good at that. Just you can copy and paste say you wanted to do a recipe, the actual post, put it in a chat and say, take out all the other stuff. Just do a teaser post with a call to action, and I'm looking to drive people into our group and promote the 90-day challenge. And just that he will come up with a little script, something short and sweet. You'll be able to post it in your stories. Like once you post it on your Facebook page, something that's been working for me and I'm getting more followers is posting on my page and then sharing it into your story. And that boosts your post also because once someone sees that, or when Facebook sees your story, your posts are being shared, it's going to bring more views also. So that's just a couple tips, but everybody's doing a great job. I'd love to see some more testimonials. And so if you have anything, Katie is on here today. And she has shared some phenomenal before and after photo this morning with me. So, with her Everglow beauty potion. And I helped her this morning, said, put this in chat. I'm going to let Katie share this because she actually put her before and after photo in chat, and chat said a lot of nice things. So, I thought that was amazing. But and then she was able to craft a really good post using what chat just told her about her own remarkable last couple weeks and the results on her face. So I thought that was really interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Do you
maybe
want me to
I'm
share that
stealing your
now?
thunder, Katie. Am I stealing your thunder?
No, so I see a very slight difference. So I decided to ask Danielle. Danielle, you're honest. Please let me know if you see a difference. And Danielle said she did. I'm like, okay. I said, I wonder if chat will see a difference. So I asked chat for a hook and a caption before I asked chat, do you really see a difference? Chat gave me a bunch of stuff, and I said, but do you really see a difference? So if you put your before and after into chat, I'm hoping it really did see a difference. It gave me a great uh, caption of what it saw. And then I asked Danielle, here's what chat said. And then Danielle said, hey, ask chat to do a caption and a hook on that. And it came up with a really good one. So, and I'm going with the curiosity approach.
Mhm.
I believe curiosity is really what you need to do when it comes to getting people to ask. That way you're not spilling the beans because they can always just Google it, right?
Mm.
So yeah, I'm going to do that today. And
Yeah,
I
Okay,
great.
guess there's a difference.
There's a
that is
big
some
difference.
that
Yeah.
is some
I'll
gold,
throw my
girls.
picture in here if y'all want me to.
Yeah.
That is some gold. I have to do that today because I did that post yesterday. I could tell a difference on myself, and I got a comment that said it looks the same, and I was like, "Oh boy, does it? Can I really tell?" So I was like freaking out after I was done. I was like, "I can really tell in my neck." So I love it. I
I
love
can
it.
tell on yours, Allison. That was a
That
great,
is so
yeah.
good, guys. And I love the teaser and everything about that. And the one thing that I get a lot is I can't find the recipe. Where's the recipes? And also just reminding them, yes, I can re-put it in the comments, in that thing, but I guide them to the guides, guide them to the featured section. And when they're looking for the recipes, they're also going to start to see how valuable those guides are that Danielle spent hours upon hours doing. And they know that everything's right there, the grocery list and everything. So you don't have to work so hard. You can empower them to take their, to find the things. And like everybody kept asking me once I posted, actually made the pumpkin bread. What's a recipe? What's a recipe? What's a recipe? And what I said is search pumpkin. You search pumpkin up there and there's everything that pumpkin is in it. So I think it's so valuable. So thank you, Danielle, from the bottom of my heart for all the work you've done in that group. I know the hours behind it that you have spent, and it does not go unnoticed. So thank you
Uh,
so
it's
much.
making me hungry, is all I can say.
I know. Same, same, same. I'm
And
excited.
you guys are doing a great job at cooking these recipes. I'm just like, wow. It's so, I love seeing that. Like Katie, Alice, everybody that's been cooking the recipes and sharing it. It just makes my heart so happy. It's like my recipes coming to life, and I just love seeing that too. So thank you, and keep that going.
My favorite time of the year is Christmas baking. I am not a cook, but man, I can bake. And so I cannot wait for Christmas baking to be a little bit different this year and doing all the recipes that are a little bit healthier and low glycemic for us as we move along. So
Well, we're
thank
going to be doing a beat the bulge, battle of the bulge before
you.
holiday. So get ready for that. I'm kind of working on some things for, for Black Friday and just how to promote that. So just keep the people coming in and, we'll be sharing that excitement. So.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Okay, y'all. The other on Tuesday, Kelly Smith brought us phenomenal gold about how to work your day, green zone, yellow zone, red zone. I took so much away from it. And it's funny that she did that because I was looking ahead at when I was going to be on this week, and I had already had in my brain something that I was going to bring to you that helps me, and it just really fits. I told Kelly yesterday, I said, may I bring what you did into this because it really fits, I think, with now it may not be for everybody, but it's helped me over the last 8 years schedule my day and how I do my business. So I was going to ask first, have you ever noticed like successful people are the ones that um, use their time wisely? They are more proactive with their time. You know, the saying is we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And it's so true, y'all. We can all do, different things and have different structure, but they get things done. So we want to use our time intentionally, proactively, not reactive. Okay. And that's what I, for a long time, was doing, was just kind of sitting in my office and just, okay, what do I do today? I had no structure. I was all over the place. Right. So we all have busy lives. We have work, we have family, errands that pop up during the day. But I think if we want to grow our business, we have to make time, not just find time, because I can find time to watch Netflix and all the things right now, Hallmark and all the stuff. But I have to make time for what is important. And so that's when I started using, and I learned this about 8 years ago, is containers. Some people call it time blocking. I think of it as 2 containers in my day that I work my business. Now, for some people, that container may be 15 minutes if you're full time. Some container could be 30. Some of my containers could be, I know I have 2 hours in that container. And it just depends on my day. So, what is a container? Think of it as focused time that you do your business. We call this call IPA. Well, if we're just on the call, which is important, it's in my container in the mornings at 9 o'clock every morning. But I also have to put in the container the actual work that drives the business, the income producing activity. So it may be 30 minutes, like I say, but it's where you focus only on your business. There's no laundry, there's no interruptions, there's no scrolling, just income producing activities that drives your business. I can squirrel like the best of them. I can be here and all of a sudden the dog barks and I've totally messed up. So what I actually like to do is like I like to work on the computer because then I can mute my phone or I can put it on airplane mode, or I don't have to look at it, right? I just don't. So because this is the devil sometimes, this can distract us. It helps us in our business, but sometimes it can distract us big time. So what I kind of do is the beginning of my week, I like to do Monday through Sunday, is I like to get a piece of paper out or just get a calendar, like, whatever. And first of all, put the rocks in your schedule and in your calendar that are non-negotiable. Your church, your family time, your dentist appointments, your doctor, whatever that is for you. That now we know a doctor's appointment can be moved, but the things that really are non-negotiable for me, team time, this right here is pretty much a non-negotiable unless something happens, because it helps me grow my business and just helps me be around the community. So put those in your schedule. And then here's really why I think 2 containers work. For me, I'm a morning person. So right after I do my workout and everything, that's real important. Quiet time is a non-negotiable, and then team time. And then I might put a container in for income producing activities right after this call, because I know I'm already here, I'm already focused. And then nighttime doesn't work for me. I literally go to bed at 8 o'clock. I'm so pitiful. But late afternoon, I like to do a container. So I can do some, business there. So it keeps you intentional about what you do in your business. And so like I was looking at the way Kelly, for example, day one in the green zone that Kelly had put, there's 4 different things to do, the recommended daily activities. Well, if you have 2 containers, you can break that up. You can do 1 and 2 in one container, and maybe more of them. Like it says, start, 10 posts or engage in 10 posts. Well, maybe you have time to do 20, or maybe you have time to do 30. Whatever your dream for yourself is, we know we have to make, do more action than just this. So that helps kind of break it up. And then in your other time container, do the number 3 and 4. So then you don't feel like your whole day is out of sorts. You'll be amazed at how much progress you make if you make time in these containers to just do partner co business and wipe out everything else in life, like all the things that we have in our head and stuff. Now, here's what happens is we know life interrupts like every time. So let's be honest. Let's say if Aunt Jane just shows up right now at my door and it's my container time, it's okay. Just let Aunt Jane come and we're going to say hello, Aunt Jane, whatever. And we're just going to be able to move that container maybe a little bit later after Aunt Jane leaves. Okay. So those containers can be moved at any different times as long as it's your free time. Okay. So think about that. The key is to protect your containers, like at all costs, protect them, because these are the containers you're building your dreams and your goals with Partner Co. Because if we all have the same time, we have to be intentional about doing it. So no excuses. Even if you work full time and your life is crazy, you can find some type of container. I don't care if it's 20 minutes, 30, you find what works for you because we're all different, right? It's about finding it and then creating inside it. So I think when you stick to this rhythm, you'll begin to see consistency and confidence. I think one thing I know is here I have I'm not all over the place because I have 2 containers. I work in those containers. Now, every day could be different. One of my containers, if I'm home all day, could just look like three hours in a container and 2 in the other, and I get a lot more done. But that helps you schedule and not feel so frazzled. There is some guidelines that I like to set, though, for my containers. Protect it at all costs. Like I say, this is where you are creating, you are building, you are being intentional about the people you contact, about your client support. That can be a container. So just really protect it. Okay. Be fully present is number 2. Like, I know when I start a container, I go, oh, I forgot to put the wash in the laundry or something, and my mind squirrels or something. And then I go do it, and then I can, my container's blown. The laundry's going to wait. Okay. So protect that. No interruptions. Like I say, put your phone on airplane mode or just for that time. I always say, nobody needs me that bad within an hour. If they do, then, it may be an emergency, but my calls are set where the people that matter the most, it comes through on my phone, even if I have airplane mode on or not, or whatever that comes through. And the last thing is, I think, really important. We get to choose what goes in our container. Okay. I'm not going to use try. See, I said it. I'm not going to try. I want only positivity in my containers. I get to choose what I bring into my container. I could come in here with all the world of the problems that happened last night to my husband, or I could come in here and say, you know what? He's good. He's fine. Praise the Lord. Now it's time to get to work. Okay. And I can choose positively instead of coming in here and go, oh, I gotta work today. I don't know. I don't know if nobody's, commenting back. Choose to empower yourself in your container. What one thing is not invited is fear, negativity, bad attitude. I'm not even going to come into my container probably until I have that checked, because I'm just not going to do that. So, but protect those containers. Small focused efforts done consistently lead to more results. And so I love the fact that Kelly created the green zone, the red zone, and all that, because it's a guideline of what we can do in our containers. So I hope that helps. It's just something that helped me build my business over the years with my other company. And I just have to be intentional because, I just do. Like yesterday, I set a container to do my Christmas and get it out of the way. Now I don't have to worry about it. It's done. I'm ready for the holidays. I'm ready for all the fun recipes, and I'm ready to help people to begin the new year. So I hope that helps, and I hope that added some value today. But now we're going to get to the real nitty gritty. Yes, Teresa, I love that. I love, look at her. Teresa's got the green zone, the yellow zone, and the red zone. That is amazing, girl. Oh, I love that. That is so good. You see, you are focused, girl. I love that. So, as we begin, I want to just kind of ask people to start raising their hands. Income producing activity is what we do to help our business grow and our finances grow and our team grow and all those things. So, Vanessa, I see your face. Congratulations again. Millionaire Mentorship last night was amazing, and you reaching vice president was so good. So, congratulations to you. You always have such gold. So, yeah, just start raising your hands, but let us know what's happened this week. It's Thursday, so we have, Friday is coming already. It's gone fast this week. But let us know what you've done to build your business and create income. So Vanessa, I think, was the first
Yep.
hand. Hi.
Hello, how you going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So, I just went back through old posts in the last 24 hours and looked at people who have been reaching out to me in the past but haven't done anything. And so I just went back to the old post. And you know what I actually found? I'd missed a couple of comments along the way. You know how you said Facebook doesn't always send notifications, and Facebook is a little shit sometimes. It does not. So it's true. I didn't get some, and I noticed that. So I've been reaching out to those people. And then today I sold another 6 boxes and oh, we have collabs. We have the snaps, but anyway, nine sets of drops. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah. So I sold another 9 drops today. So yeah, that was a bit exciting. And then I also had a meeting with a new brand partner who's just come on board 2 weeks ago. She doesn't really do anything. She's one of these people who wants to learn a lot of things first, absorb the information and all of that, and then she'll take off. And she's been in this industry before. So I had a meeting with her. And then again, I talked to her about the multiple packs and stuff like that. And so she jumped on, and we actually, because the promotion we have in Australia, I don't know, no, you don't have it, so it doesn't, but you can do your own thing like this. She didn't have enough money to buy the 10 get one free, so we went halved in that. So that's another 5. Well, it's a 10 pack, I guess, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so even though I bought 5, but I'll just sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just, but even though we've got a promotion going here or there, I'm in Thailand, but yeah, but it's still just going back through those old posts. And I forget to do that sometimes. But Kelly's Zoom the other day, that really put a rocket up me. It was just so powerful, that reminder about, like you were saying, the daily, I do stuff, every day, but having that little pattern and that little routine was gold. So God, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. It should be mandatory if you're going to do this business. Like, seriously, mandate the stuff. It was a really great Zoom. And yeah, as I said, it got me fired up. So yeah, go back and watch it.
It was so good. I love what you said, Vanessa, because I did that the other day. I was going through my messenger and following up, and I found several that I had sent my machine link to and noticed they had not opted in or they hadn't responded. So I went back, the same thing. I think we just get so busy, and I've been going back through there just to start some, conversations and get them back going. Follow up is so, so key. And if we're just not even going back to those people, I know that's where I find a lot. And another thing you said too, and we don't have what's going on in Australia, but you know what, guys, this is your business. This is your business. You can actually do whatever you like. If it's something I know, let's say I don't know. I used to do like things in my old company. I used to give, a $25 wellness credit or something that, if cost was a value, you're able to do that if you wanted to send them $25 Venmo. I'm just this is some things that I usually don't do unless I see that they really, really, really want to do it, but we work kind of a way to help them do it. I know the PayPals, I've gotten 2 or 3 people from doing the PayPal that I didn't know about. So that's really good. But I love that, Vanessa. And we see you and we see you skyrocketing. So the things that you are doing are definitely producing income and we love it. So,
Sorry, I'm not going to be a hog. I was just going to add one more thing. So the other thing I did today was a girl who she's been a customer for, I don't know, maybe 3 months, and she's loving the noni juice and the drops, right? And I said to her, because I know her personal circumstances, she's going through a really nasty divorce. And I just said to her, I said, I planted seeds along the way, but I said to her, she said to me, until the final thing happens in February, she hasn't got the headspace for doing this. And I get that because I've been through that. So I get it. So I said to her, well, you know what? Why don't you consider even doing something like just like the what do you call it? The post, I can't think of the word. What's that post you put on where you host a post thing that we've called it? So I said, yeah, consider doing something like that. And she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, today she actually posted herself with a photograph of her drinking, well, she had 90 juices this moment, drinking this, and posted that on her page. So I just messaged her and she had someone actually ask her about it. And she called it a miracle juice or something. So I said to her, I said, honey, it's time you became a brand partner, because if they're wanting, she wanted to know how to talk to them. I said, it's time you became a brand partner. I said, look, you don't have to, you still do it at your pace. I'm respectful of what you're going through, etc., etc. So she's logging on and she had some issues, tech issues, going to do it in the morning, but she's going to become a brand partner. She goes, yeah, why not? I said, I'm going to hold your hand. You're not going to be alone. We'll do this together at your pace. So,
love that.
respecting her where she is at, because she is not going to today make a decision to go gung ho, but who knows what she's going to do in a week, even 2 weeks. I don't know. She might get on a roll with this. So, just being respectful of not putting pressure on her and wanting her to do it in my timeline. So,
I love that. Oh my gosh, word girl. I'm so glad you brought that to us because I think we all want it in our time. I was talking to Danielle yesterday and I'm like, I want to get to Maui. How do I get to Maui? I want to do that. I have all these goals. But
yeah.
I also want everybody to come on and be so comfortable with our systems, our process, and not be pushed, be encouraged, but not be pushed. And I love what you did. You're like, okay, girl, it's time to be a brand partner. I think if we can come at it the way you did, like, just casual conversation, instead,
Mm,
somebody told me a long time ago, it says, you need to be a so-and-so. And I go, I don't think I need to be anything, but I want to. So we want them to want to come on. And I love the way that you did that. And Host to Post is really good. I love that, even one person can inspire her. And you do know, I've had some brand partners start, and then now, it's into the 8 week, and they're like, okay, maybe I do want to do this. So you just never know when you bring on somebody. So thank
mm.
you. I love that. So yeah, they need a push. There's a little TikTok or meme of this little girl pushing this guy down the slide, and he's like, sometimes we just need a little push, sometimes we just do. So I absolutely love that. All right. Am I seeing Katie next? Did I missing anybody?
Since nobody raised their hand, I just want to talk about the host to post. I have 3 people who said yes to that. I think I reached out to 10, and I actually went to boards to find out what am I gotten myself into. I'm like, how does this really work? So they haven't. This was like all in one day, 2 days ago. They haven't done anything yet, so I'm guessing I went back in today and said, hey, let me know when you're ready to do that, so I'm aware of it. So I'll keep you guys updated. But go to boards. It's under frequently asked questions, right, Danielle? I believe. And then you'll see it. You'll see the host to post, and it gives you your understanding of what you're actually doing. But correct me if I'm wrong, you buy when you have 3 people from that one person that say yes, you buy the 4-pack, right? You send it out to them, and then you send the 4th one out to the person for free. So I think it's a great idea. It gets you your points, right? I'm not sure how much profit's involved when you send out the 4th one, if there's any at all, but at least get somebody going in that direction, because every single one of the people want to do the drops. They just don't want to pay for them.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Yeah. That's a great word. Yeah, I know I have to dive into the host to post a little bit different. I had a girl, I always ask people that are kind of a little gun shy about doing those things. I even celebration, I ask a girl, she's lost 20 pounds. I mean, it's crazy. She's loving this stuff. So I always ask, I say, hey, may I celebrate you? Because she don't want to celebrate herself. I said, may I celebrate you today in a post and tag you? And she goes, absolutely. So I think just being courteous, but I love that, and just asking people if they want to host that. So thank you so much, Katie. Okay, we still got a few minutes. Anybody else has had some wins this week or income producing activities, or you see some Mr. Eric? Welcome. Hey.
Morning, everybody. Katie, I just wanted to jump in and say something. I just put a post out a few minutes ago. I just thought this was really interesting as far as people wanting the drops, but money being tight or whatever. So I put this post on. It just says, we're always looking for ways to help people experience the life-changing benefits of the drops. Now it's even easier. And I just put my before and after picture and the PayPal emblem on there. And I'm trying to do some simpler posts. It seems like I've done all the ingredients, I've done all the science, all the before and after pictures. And so another one that hit really well yesterday, it might have been the day before, was I just put a simple post out there that says, so you want to lose 20 pounds by Christmas, let's do it. And like 17 responses. So sometimes it can be very simple. You don't have to go into great detail. But 17 responses on one post is pretty phenomenal. So we've gotten a couple of people added to the machine, and I've got a lady supposed to come this afternoon to sign up. So we'll see.
Awesome. I love that PayPal idea, because I think that is one thing that it stops people. They think they're going to have to do it all at once. And I know in my old company, you did have to do, there was not that option. Now they don't get the subscription. I figured that out the other day, but it sometimes if they can chop up those payments, it's valuable to them. And then hopefully they'll see the value of maybe doing, being a brand partner and getting it even cheaper before. So thank you so much. I love that picture behind your head. I told them, I said, my head's in my way of my new painting from my girlfriend. So my partner come here, I'm gonna have to do this, and this is right. But I love that behind you. So thank you so much, Coach Pam. I love listening to you.
Yes, I want to add a little bit more value to the host to post, because Eric and Katie, what you guys are doing is phenomenal. Eric, I love that post. And I think about, so you asked Katie, is there any money involved? Of course, there's always money. So if that person is signing up as a brand partner or a customer, either way, they're going to get the new volume bonus. So you want to have them be the person to sign up. That cost when you use $150 per box, that's just like the basic, it's a 15% off. If they buy 3 boxes, do the math, put in if someone purchased 3 boxes, put in the comments, how much money would you spend? Somebody put in the comments, 3 boxes, 150 each equals, right, I'll tell you. There you go, 450. Yes, thank you guys. Okay. So that's $450. That $450 includes the cost of 4 boxes, not 3. So that's the key on how they're getting their box for free. But in addition to that, it also pays shipping, tax, and the cost for being a brand partner of $29.95. I don't know if you all know that. All of that is included in that $450. So if you're selling this 4-pack to an individual and they're doing it and they don't want to be a brand partner, that's okay too. You can still put them on PayPal for that 4-pack. you get the 208 PV immediately, and PayPal handles all the rest. You're right, Allison, you can't put the subscription on there, but you can sign them up, separately for their subscription with, as a customer, maybe just another box of drops, because they've already sold 3 of the 4 boxes. So maybe we'll put them on for renew if they're a brand partner, maybe for renew and the drops, or a couple of add-on products. So yes, we get paid. We get 30% back from the company, no matter what price we sell it at, as new volume bonus. So it is a win-win for everybody, but use their information and send the box to them. Even, and it gets a little tricky, and I don't want to go down that road, but there may be a time where all that money comes to you via Zoom, via Zelle or Venmo or Cash App or whatever you use, and you have to do it. But it shouldn't be that. It should be that you're using them. Why? You have a new brand partner with new volume bonus, not just you doing it and then not having that value.
Great.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Good word.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I think it can be a little confusing, but absolutely it can definitely work. So I love that host to post. I know I'm definitely gonna look more into that. What are you shaking your head?
So Katie, no, you don't buy the 4-pack. You let them buy the 4-pack. So in other words, they collect the money from their 3 friends. It's Zelle directly to that person. And that's how that person now has $450 sitting in their account. They don't have to use PayPal. They have $450 cash in their account, and they can and you can sign them up as a brand partner.
Yeah.
Or a customer. Either way, you're going to get 208 PV of new volume bonus. It is different if you're doing yes, that's for the host. Yes, we don't buy the 4-pack. They should.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it did. That 4-pack, if they want to become a brand partner, they can get the 4-pack for the 371 and get all that. If they don't, but you can show them how to put money in their own pocket through, Venmo, their friends, because some of them just don't want to do that right away. But when you say you can make $450 right off the bat, that could be someone's Christmas,
Well, wait, they're not making 450 bucks. So this 4-pack idea is that you have 4 people. I'm just going to say it's Paula, Allen, and Katie and Allison. You guys have seen my host to post, and you're saying, Pam, I want those drops. So Paula sends me Katie and Allison. You all send me $150. I'm brand new. I'm not in the business at all. I take that money you guys just sent me. It's in my checking account, or it's on my checking account. And then I go in and order the 4-pack. I am now responsible to hand Paula, Katie, and Allison your drops. So that 371, but it's 450 you received from them, right? So if it is a brand partner, it will cover all those other costs also. Their shipping, their handling, and their $29.95 business.
So in the instructions, it's different. So look at the instructions for me, Pam.
Oh yeah.
And this is
I
why
can
I'm
explain the
confused.
difference. Okay, sorry, Katie. I can explain that difference. So the difference is, if they're just doing a host to post for you, just to be your friend and do it, then yes, that is a different scenario. But a way to get brand partners and customers is if they do it all they host a post that says, I saw something new, I'm going to try it, who's down with trying it with me?
Okay,
And
the
they
one I
choose
was
it. So
sorry.
there is a difference. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, Katie.
Because I'm having them tag me.
Yes, that's fine. They can still tag you. You can still help them share. All of that is still the same. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just thinking about how you want to serve them. Are you going to give them back all the money, or take the money and do it for them? That is an option. but it doesn't give you a new brand partner and it doesn't give
Right.
you a new customer. So it
I get
depends
it.
which way you want to go.
Got it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for bringing up that clarity. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. And if any questions, we can pop them in the group and definitely answer. I did not see whose hand was first, Eric or Paula, but one of y'all want to come off mute and
Hey, I was just going to say right quick about the 4-pack. One thing that's working for me, Katie, I had a lady just yesterday that was interested in it, but she just flat did not have the money. So I was telling her to put out your post to your people that you are pre-ordering and they need to prepay. And so that way she's got people sending the money directly to them. So when she signs up, she's ready to go.
that's a good idea. Great idea, Eric. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
And Paula? Can you unmute?
Sorry, my mute button was messing with me there. The other thing I wanted to mention is I have had people use their health savings account to buy our products, not just the drops, no need, whatever. So a lot of those have to be used by December 31st. So we need to be driving that as well. I'm not saying all health savings accounts work. They would have to check. So if it's something they're interested in and they don't have the money, or even if it's just somebody that like for example, I know the community I live in, we have a veterans home and we also have a prison. Well, those are all state jobs. So I know that if you know that certain companies where you live offer health savings accounts and people that work there, if they're, have expressed interest in any of your products, or maybe they haven't expressed interest, but it's somebody you want to reach out to and see if they are interested, mention to them, hey, some people are using their health savings accounts. I know the end of the year is just coming on us really quickly. You could use this to buy these products and save your cash for Christmas. Just a thought.
That's such a great reminder. That is saying, I'm so glad you put that because I forget sometimes that a lot of people do that. I don't personally have that, but I know a lot of people do. So that is such a good reminder. Thank you so much, Paula. And I know
Yes.
Paula is on today for praying us out. So before we go to prayer, is there anybody else that has any last minute something to say? Because I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to say something today. And thank you so much, guys, for being on. We have over 51 people today on this call. So I love that on a Thursday with hectic schedules, but we're all here to learn from each other. And thank you, everybody, for adding value to everything you said today. So, Paula, if you're ready, pray us out today.
So the word that God gave me today, and I really feel this in my spirit, is rise. There are so many things going on with, attacks, whether it's, our brand partners' husbands or whatever's going on. I know so many people, they are struggling with so many different things in various areas of life. And the devil wants us to feel beat down and he wants us to feel destroyed. But God doesn't want that. God rose from the dead for a reason. And we need to rise and come out of this, shake this negative, shake the unclean, shake the dead spirits, the things that's trying to pull us away from our family, trying to pull us away from God, trying to pull us away from our business, and we need to rise. So I just want you guys to keep that in your mind and think about that, and I'll go ahead and pray us out. God, we thank you today for each and every person that we encounter. We ask that you guide and direct our steps today, Lord. We ask that you open doors that have been closed and open new doors of opportunities that we don't even realize exist, God. God, as you open those doors, we ask that you give us the wisdom, the knowledge, and the discernment to know whether we're to talk to them about you or about just being a good friend to them or about our products, God. We just ask that you guide and direct those conversations. We will choose to submit to you and be obedient to you to do whatever work you call us to do today, Lord. Help us to be seeking you in all things. God, help us to turn away from anything that is negative confusing, anything that is oppressing or depressing. God, help us to seek you. Help us to praise you in all things and in all seasons. God, we love you and we praise you for everything. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you guys so much. See you
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great call,
Good.
Allison,
Bye.
Danielle.
Thank you,
Thank
Allison.
you,
Have a
everybody.
Thank
blessed,
you so
have a
much.
great call.
Have a
Thank you.
beautiful day.
Okay.
Night,
To
everybody.
everybody. God bless.
Bye.
All have a blessed day.